Yo, how's it going, my fellow Cutfishians? This is Koazle Genkeru speaking, and welcome to the next 5-minute review, more or less, of a game called Bug Fables, the Everlasting Sapling. For a quick rundown, this is follow V, Kabu, and Leaf as they uncover the secrets of the land of Bulgaria. Explore and combine your team's abilities to solve puzzles, defeat powerful enemies, and find ancient treasures. Release date 21st of November of 2019. Developer by Moonsprout Games, publisher Dangan Entertainment. So, just to give again a quick recap without having to spoil anything. Bug Fables, should you buy it? Hell yeah, you should. I believe right now it is worth about $20 USD. Or it is worth 186 pesos if you are located in Mexico. The reason why you should buy it is because this game has amazing music, and to add on top of that, it also has unique music per area or even per room, depending on what exactly it is you're doing. Like, for instance, if you go from a shop to the town, it won't switch music, but sometimes it'll switch music if you sometimes go into inns or like important areas that are located in that same town that were either locked before or you had to do something to get into the room, kind of thing. It is actually pretty freaking amazing. The story, oof, top notch. I actually enjoyed the game way more than I was expecting. Definitely did not expect what I got. I'll explain that in a little bit more. And just overall, the charm of the game is fantastic. Adds to the Paper Mario franchise, I guess you can say, by a whole lot. So a lot of the description for this game would be, it's like a Paper Mario, but, you know, good, I guess you can say, considering how the last couple releases of Paper Mario in general have been not so great. This adds to the original Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64, I believe it was. But again, it adds so much more when it comes to mini games, gameplay style, enemies, the way you play the game when it comes to either fighting enemies or power-ups, for instance. Don't want to give anything away, but if you do end up playing the game, keep an eye out on that bestiary tab that you get. It is well worth checking out once you figure out as to why that would be important. Has wonderful side quests, and the game really does make a great way of keeping track of all of your collectibles. Like, for instance, what enemies you've searched for, hence the bestiary, which side quests you have, which ones you completed, even the description of your next dialogue after you've already moved forward the quest line. So for instance, if you talk to someone for a quest or side quest and you did like the second or third part, you save and then come back to the game later on, and you can actually go back into your quest line and search the bubbles on that third step or even the previous steps, so to give you a fresh reminder as exactly what was happening during that time, which is pretty damn good. Not only that, there's also unique dialogue for so much when it comes to enemies, items, quest, even rooms. Like, for instance, you can press select on any room and your characters will actually talk about it, about said area or said room depending on where you are, as well as have a little chit chat when it comes to enemies in case you search to see what their weakness is or how much HP they have. Like, it's crazy how much the game adds to what you would think when it comes to just the Paper Mario franchise. So pretty awesome. Yeah, like there's just so much to talk about when it comes to this game that I'd rather literally not say much of anything besides what I've already mentioned before. I believe this game doesn't really have any downfall attached to it. So yeah, the game just in general is amazing. There is so much to do in the game. It's crazy. Obviously, you do not have to do every single thing in order to complete the game 100%, but I would say the story, when it comes just to main game, it'll take you about 25 to 30 hours to complete. And if you want to do 100%, it'll almost be 50 hours. It took me 48 hours to clear. Not 100%, but pretty damn close to it. The amount of bosses, the amount of enemies, the amount of areas, the amount of information just in general is crazy. Again, no downfall, which is super hard to do. Not only that, the game, for as long as it is, it doesn't actually get repetitive, so that's even harder to do when it comes to just in general playing the game and not getting bored because of how long it is, considering, and this is an indie title, and it being damn near 50 hours to play and do everything that the game has to offer. It's pretty crazy. On top of that, like I've mentioned before, it has basically unique music for every single area you enter. It also has hard mode that you can pretty much start from the get-go. As soon as you play the game, you'll get a badge where you can activate hard mode, so everything hits harder, including bosses and enemies. That on top of just playing the game, when you come back to it, if you ever so do wish to do again, you can actually activate hard mode and play everything in a much harder state. Can't imagine how difficult that is, but yeah, it's awesome. Again, very little downfall. I do remember something that I didn't really like about the game, but I think it was just me being nitpicky, and I can't remember what that is, so I can only assume that it wasn't all that important. So yeah, I definitely suggest you try this game if you can. Grab it whenever you possibly can if you like adventure RPG games. The game's amazing. So with that, I am done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this helped in some way, shape, or form. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.